coming up. An arrest in a 39-year-old Flagstaff cold case. Plus, tough times at the Flagstaff Food Bank. The news is next.
NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Amelia Pyatt.
And I'm Natalia Tucker. Thanks for tuning in. Flagstaff police have solved a 40-year-old murder cold case. NAZ Today's Kaylee Doyle joins us in the studio with more.
That's right. In 1987, a 24-year-old NAU student was murdered in a neighborhood nearby. 39 years later, 62-year-old James Arthur Runnels Jr. is in Coconino County Jail. According to an NAU Lumberjack article released in 1988, Ina Claire Langstaff was found outside her apartment on November 7, 1987. The autopsy indicated that she had been stabbed 20 times in the torso. The case was cracked by the Coconino County Attorney's Cold Case Unit. Police in the county attorney's office are being tight-lipped about this case, saying they're concerned that harm may be caused by publicity regarding the incident. We've reached out to family members, and so far, they've had no comment. County Attorney Eamon Barker says his office and police detectives followed the evidence to help find justice for Langstaff, the victim, and the community. Back to you guys at the desk.
Firefighters have a handle on a fire burning near the airport around 3 p.m. yesterday. Firefighters responded to the initial report of a fire between Kachina Village and Flagstaff. The fire burned around half an acre and has been named the Landon Fire. According to U.S. Forest Service, the fire has been fully contained as of 9 a.m. No word yet on whether this was a human-caused fire.
The third so-called No Kings protest is planned for Saturday at City Hall. The event is being hosted by Indivisible Northern Arizona from 1 to 3 p.m. Thousands have come to earlier No Kings protests to speak out against the Trump administration. Flagstaff is not the only city planning to protest this weekend. Over 3,000 nonviolent demonstrations are expected, including in New York City, Washington, D.C., and other cities around the country.
Turning Point USA is coming to NAU once again and hosting a Pick Up the Mic and Prove Me Wrong event this Monday, March 30th at 11 a.m. in the Union Amphitheater. Detransition activist Chloe Cole is holding debates over controversial issues such as providing gender-affirming care for minors and trans rights.
This event has sparked mixed reactions from NAU students. Some have responded by leaving flyers around campus, encouraging their peers to not engage with Turning Point. The flyers also advertise a trans educational meeting being held at NAU's Health and Learning Center on Monday at 6 p.m. The Flagstaff Family Food Center has not yet recovered from the government shutdown last November. Yet demand has not let up as people line up to receive much-needed food. NAZ Today's Riley Kickbush has the story.
Almost every day, you can see the cars and trucks lined up, waiting for food from the Flagstaff Family Food Center. But the center relies on government assistance programs and community donations in order to continue providing food to those who need it. The temporary SNAP program shutdown in November did some damage to their supplies. This at a time when demand is up 10% over last year.
Usually we see numbers kind of dip back down in the winter as a lot of the population here transitions to Phoenix for better temperatures, better climate, but we haven't seen a lot of that. The numbers have really still been record-breaking.
Across both locations, the food center feeds about 200 families per day. Government resources provide necessities, but community donations provide stability. As the weather warms up, donations tend to slow down.
But then we get to the summer, which is when a lot of families really experience a ton of hardship because the kids are no longer receiving free and reduced school lunches, and they're trying to fill that gap.
As food insecurity rises in the Flagstaff area, volunteers are even more important over the summer.
Come volunteer. Come volunteer, get your feet wet, try it out. see if you like it, see if you like the atmosphere, see if you like the work. And then we also do internships.
The food center aims to end the stigma around asking for help and making accessibility a priority.
We don't ask a lot of questions. We want to be one of those resources in the community that has a very low barrier for access.
The Flagstaff Family Food Center is open 365 days a year at both locations. Hot food, non-perishable items, and mobile distributions are offered to anyone. More information on distribution times and volunteer opportunities can be found at hotfood.org. Riley Kickbush, NAZ Today.
The Flagstaff City Council has unanimously approved modifications for the Lone Tree Ranch apartments that will provide affordable housing. Households earning about $61,000 a year will be eligible. About 170 apartments are planned, and the developer says the maximum rent will be less than $2,000 a month. The apartments will be located at the corner of Lone Tree Road and Pine Knoll Drive.
The Wagon Road to Mother Road exhibit at the Museum of Northern Arizona celebrates the 100th year anniversary of Route 66, which was established on November 11, 1926.
The historic highway crosses through Chicago and ends in Santa Monica, California. This includes Flagstaff and covers over 2,400 miles.
So the Wagon Road to Mother Road exhibit here at the Museum of Northern Arizona is really a journey into the layered history of road travel, how it came about, how quickly it was adopted in the U.S. with the advent of the automobile.
Among the visitors was Mihail Noem, a physical therapist who was on what she called an adventure along Route 66 and stopped in Flagstaff to see the exhibit.
When I came to Flagstaff last time, I had a very short time to stay and I didn't make it to the museum. I went to see other things and then I said, you know what, I'll come back.
In 1926, Interstate Highway started to adapt the highway numbering system. John Steinbeck, the so-called founder of the Mother Road, gave it the number 66.
But for years, our archaeologists here at the Museum of Northern Arizona have been studying both the Route 66 precursor, the Via Wagon Road, and they've been kind of studying, how did people travel across northern Arizona? And what happened to them?
Route 66 has seen many tragedies, including the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. Archaeologists found roughly 11,000 items, mostly trash, but also empty beer bottles from people drinking and driving, lipstick canisters, and even some cars literally stuck in the ground.
It's a route that I think should be preserved and really it's a very vibrant on one side for the cargo, but it's part of where the people live and whether it's still a very economical society that flourishes.
This exhibit is open through Sunday, April 19th. The museum may add additional discoveries as research on Route 66 continues. There are a lot of restaurants in Flagstaff, including a new one that serves vegan sushi. Perni Thai Street Food recently opened on San Francisco Street. Perni says it offers authentic Asian dishes and has 2 separate kitchens, one for vegans and another for non-vegan dishes.
The NAU School of Communications will be offering 3 summer camps, each one focused on learning by doing. NAZ Today's Aishia Tanaka reports.
The goal of this program is for high school students to get hands-on experience and to explore what college has to offer. School Director Michelle Carpenter says this type of program is a high-impact learning practice.
It helps students know and see that they can see themselves in college, that they can see their place and that this is a pathway and they belong.
The 3 camps include animation, social media and photography, and sports and adventure media. The animation camp will be taught by Professor Austin Frick, who has run it previously. Frick says animation is something that can be useful in everyone's skill set.
The biggest takeaway for the summer camp would be just having the tool set to tell stories, because that's why I'm interested in animation, is that for me it's the most efficient way to tell a story.
The Sports and Adventure Media program will be run by Associate Professor Rory Faust, who says he is thrilled to be sharing this experience.
We're really excited about offering high school students the whole gamut of everything that we do in the Sports and Adventure Media program, from TV to writing to photography, radio, social media, everything.
Faust was just named Teacher of the Year for the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. The third camp combines social media and photography, led by two professors, social media expert Janice Sweeter and photographer Beth Staub. All three camps will run from June 15th to June 19th, with a day camp option and an overnight residential camp option. For more information, search Google for NAU Communication Summer Camp. Aishaya Tanaka, NAZ Today.
Coming up, meet a pup who loves to play. Stay with us.
As warmer temperatures return here in Flagstaff, so do prescribed burns. Be sure to look at outdoor conditions before participating in outdoor activities. I'll have more weather for you after the break.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? But now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Our pet of the week is full of life and loves playtime. NAZ Today's Priscilla Deal visited with Kiana, a 6-year-old Australian Shepherd mix.
She's great with people though. Really friendly, super nice. I've never seen her show any sort of nasty tendencies. She's housebroken, she walks well on a leash.
She enjoys going on walks and spending time outside.
She's just very zen. She likes to sleep. She likes to sunbathe. She likes to be scratched and rubbed on. She's very snuggly, so she likes to hang out.
Kiani may be picky with other dogs, but she is great with kids. Romenka says she fits anywhere.
She would make a great family dog, or if you're just like a couple or a single person looking for some companionship, she would be really fantastic. Honestly, like when you think of just an ideal dog, she is the ideal dog.
Kiani is ready to be adopted. If you would like to add her to your family or want to donate, visit coconinohumane.org. Priscilla Deal, NAZ Today.
How prepared is your family if a wildfire shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or an earthquake? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Make a plan today.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
If you're buzzed and doing this, to make yourself feel okay to drive, ZWX. You're not okay to drive.
YGKLVW. Regular you.
Good evening and welcome back to NAZ Today. My name is Riley Kickbush and I'll be your weather forecaster for the evening. Currently in Flagstaff, it is 75 degrees with sunny skies. We do have some winds coming in from the west at 10 miles per hour, but they are not helping cut that heat this evening. Across the state of Arizona, we are seeing little to no cloud coverage again, making that sun come right down on us. Across the state of Arizona, we are seeing increasingly high temperatures for this time of year, with Phoenix at 100, Tucson at 95, and Taylor at 84 degrees this evening. In northern Arizona, our temperatures are looking a little bit cooler compared to the rest of the state, but still high for the month of March, with Payson at 82 degrees, Taylor at 84, and Winslow all the way up at 91 degrees. For tomorrow's forecast at 6 a.m., it is going to be 40 degrees, and we will be getting up to 77 degrees in the late afternoon around 3 p.m. A pretty similar day to today, with sunny skies all throughout the day. Over the next 5 days, we will continue seeing sunny skies on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, but moving into Sunday and Monday, we do have a chance of rain, so we might be seeing things cool down going into next week. Now, that's all the weather I have for you today. Stay tuned after the break for more.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C² =
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
welcome back. My name is Ben Sloma, and I'll be your sports reporter for the night. Freshman guard Chris Coleman made the decision to return for the Lumberjacks after a prolific freshman season. The St. John Bosco graduate will return to the court likely as the primary guard next season. Coleman started the final 17 games of the season for the Lumberjacks, averaging just under 9 points across the entire season. Characterized by high-flying dunks and excellent shooting behind the arc, Coleman will be a cornerstone for NAU basketball next year following a disappointing first-round exit in the Big Sky tournament this year. Head coach Shane Burkhart nominated Chris Coleman for Big Sky Conference Freshman of the Year, but the award would ultimately fall to Jackson Rasmussen from the Idaho Vandals. The award only serves as motivation for a breakout season from the rising sophomore. Massive defensive rebuilding headed by the hiring of new defensive coordinator Trent Green, this upcoming season will look very different from what we've seen before. Last year's starting quarterback for the Lumberjacks, Ty Pennington, will spend his senior season under center for his third year as the starter. Pennington has passed for over 5,000 yards across 2 seasons, and Coach Brian Wright expressed his excitement to push towards success in Pennington's final year.
He wants to help lead this program into a new stage of success, and feels like that we as a team fell short, and we did last year. And
Spring ball started back up yesterday as the Lumberjacks welcome all the fresh faces that have transferred in this semester. NAU's transfer class currently ranks number 3 in the FCS, hopefully resulting in a successful fall next year. We'll be keeping an eye on Pennington and NAU football as spring ball begins and the team will prepare for their first game in August. NAU also recently announced a new interim athletic director, Tanya Vogel, who discussed her goals and intentions in the short time she'll be here. Let's take a look.
Without any ulterior motives, other than, like we said, I just want to figure out what's right for NAU athletics, for the entire university community, and let's work really hard together to get you the right next permanent AD.
Vogel has goals to help President Cruz Rivera find a candidate for the permanent position, while also ensuring to find a perfect fit for athletes and coaches. She expects to be here in Flagstaff and find a new athletic director no later than the end of summer. Coconino High School softball has opened regional play as the Panthers look to defend their 4A state title they earned last season. Sports reporter Michaela Ayton paid the girls a visit to get insight on the first half of their season.
The Panthers hosted their first home game on March 3rd, entering with a 4-1 record. In their matchup against Paradise Honors, Coconino struggled to get on base, with only sophomores Joy Schaefer and Emma Kennelly recording hits. The loss broke a 13-game home win streak and marked the first time this season the Panthers were unable to get on the board. Senior third baseman Caitlin Yazzie says the loss helped the team identify what they need to work on moving forward.
It definitely, since it's beginning of the season, it definitely helps me know what I need to work on for the rest of the season and what I need to work on during practice so I can trust it during the game time.
Over the next few weeks, the Panthers continued non-conference and tournament play, improving to 9-3 before opening Grand Canyon Region play at Lee Williams on March 17th. With 43 plate appearances and a 34% scoring rate, the Panthers dominated their regional opener, winning 15-3. They followed that up with a 10-0 shutout win at home this past Friday. Junior Savannah Waters played a key role, going 2 for 3 with a grand slam in her first at-bat, along with a double and 2 RBIs.
Just being aggressive, because I knew what she had. We played them on Tuesday, and she pitched to us, and she was pitching straight down the middle, so I was just looking for that.
For this team, it's about more than just putting runs on the board. Behind the plate, the Panthers community shows up and brings the energy every time. After improving to 2-0 in regional play, the team hosted a hit-a-thon fundraiser with all proceeds going to the Dawson Merrick Children's Foundation. The event featured raffles, games, and a movie, creating a memorable night at the ballpark. Head coach Kimberly Dennis says the community support inspires her team.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really neat. Our Booster Club did a great thing and just wanted to support our girls and get just the community involved, and it's awesome. I mean, look at all these young softball athletes out here playing and just having fun together, and we couldn't ask for some better weather.
With a strong start to the season and momentum building in regional play, the Panthers are showing no signs of slowing down.
That's all the sports I have for you tonight. Stay tuned for your weather recap with Riley Kickbush after the break.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch. Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Emma, did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd?
He got a collapsed lung from vaping.
He thought it was cool. Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Again, looking at our 5-day forecast, tomorrow is going to be a high of 77 with a low of 39, and moving into this weekend, we may be seeing a chance of rain. Now that's all the weather I have for you tonight.
Do you guys have any fun plans to be outside in this warm weather?
Well, the UV is pretty high, so I might be going to tan.
I'm on one of the intramural football teams, so actually one of our teams will be having a practice this Friday, and I'm really excited.
Oh, that's really fun. I wish I was doing anything like that. If I go into the sun, I burn. It's redhead stuff. But that's all the news we have for you today. Stay tuned next week for more, and have a good night.